people who committed a grievous act. So they fail to discuss what's the importance of life imprisonment to begin with, Mr. Speaker, and members of this House. Now we tell you the choice that they're asking, that the choice that they want to give to the people. We tell you it's like it's like the government making bananas available to the market. So of course, even if the people would feel that bananas are bad for their health, they would still buy it because it's available in the market. Another thing, what if the government would make marijuana available in the market as well? So the people would think that even if it's bad, but still it's available, it is the choice of the people that even if it's bad for their health, they're gonna buy it because it becomes available just because the government made it so, Mr. Speaker, and members of the House. Now let's discuss these drafters. First, we tell you that the justice system of the United States, that's where the confusion enters because they didn't specify what context we're trying to debate on, but we're trying to tell you that this is United States, it's not the Philippines, Mr. Speaker. Now we tell you that the justice system will be jeopardized because number one, we have to realize that there was a trial that was done before this person is sentenced to life imprisonment. And the reason why there is life imprisonment is because the government feels that that's not the gravest crime that the person committed. So there's still another punishment which is called death penalty. Mr. Speaker and members of this House. And we have to realize as well that there is an importance of the grave of the crime because we have to consider that the trial that there was a trial that has been done, and the trial would determine which or what particular punishment would be given to the prisoner, Mr. Speaker, and members of this House. Why not kill them in the first place and not give them life imprisonment if in the end they will be given a choice, to kill themselves, Mr. Speaker, and members of this House. Now we tell you that it defeats the purpose of the trials because the trials or the results of the trials will be life imprisonment. So if you're going to give them a choice for death penalty, it's like you defeated the purpose of the trials that have happened before these people have been sentenced to life imprisonment.
The government
Now we tell you that the second case that it's an easy way out, or it's a scapegoat for the government, to just let them go out of the prisons because they feel that it's been costly and it's been so much a burden for the government to have these terminal ill people and those old people in the prisons, Mr. Chair and members of the House. We tell you that the government should take care, or the more that they should take care of them because they are already terminally ill people. We just take them, or we just take their right to vote for these prisoners, but not their right to live. So meaning the government is still responsible for the lives of these people. And for us to have a responsible government, a government who has a very good justice system, we have to take care of these people and not just giving them a choice, making available for them to die, Mr. Speaker, and members of the House. And second, Mr. Speaker, on the value of scapegoat, Mr. Speaker, if we're talking about United States is a very strong country, and if we're going to just give the people or its prisoners the choice to die, Mr. Speaker, of course, the image of the United States in terms of justice system will also be degraded at the end of the day, because the countries around the United States will feel that the United States justice system, just like what I said, that the trials will not be given importance before these people will be sentenced to a particular punishment, Mr. Speaker, members of this House. Now, on my third case, Mr. Speaker, we're not giving them a false hope. I mean, the families of these prisoners are given false hopes because if they're saying that it's just a choice, still there will be big possibilities for these prisoners to choose that penalty at the end. So that means the families of these prisoners would feel if they will be sentenced to life imprisonment, it's like they are sentenced to that penalty because of the availability of that choice for these people. So it's not like if these people will be sentenced to life imprisonment, it's not like the families will still feel the hope for these people that they will be alive until the end of their lives and not being chosen or not to choose death penalty at the end of the day. So what I have discussed to you for the past 7 minutes, I told you that the justice system of the United States will be jeopardized because it will defeat the purpose of trials that the result was life imprisonment and not death penalty. And second, I told the government of, telling the people that you are too old, you are too ill for us to serve, and not us serving you as my people. And thirdly, I told you that there will be false hopes for the loved ones of these prisoners if we're going to put them or will give them the availability of the choice of death penalty. Thank you.
The deputy leader of the opposition